Good evening, everybody. Sorry I'm a little late with this video. I was supposed to do it yesterday, as a matter of fact. No, actually, today's Tuesday. I should have done it on Saturday, but things came up and I just couldn't get around to it. But I just wanted to kind of touch on composition. I know last time I was discussing taking objects, separate objects from several locations or several different reference sources, and putting them all together. So what I did is I took a couple of objects that I used in my illustrations, or actually not my illustrations, my paintings. And this one is the clock that I used in the painting 447. This is the harmonica that I used in Plum Out of Oil, or Plum Out of Oil. This was in Silver Self. This was my self-portrait. I don't know if you all remember that. This was also in Plum Out of Oil. It's a little bottle that I found in an antique store. And this is a vintage percolating coffee pot. I used that in Beat It. Anyway, what I wanted to discuss this evening was taking these elements and arranging them in a pleasing composition. Not always easy to do. I'm real picky when it comes to doing this stuff. I look at things like size relationship, texture, reflectivity, color, size relationship. Again, something I was taught in school once was dominant, subdominant, and subordinate. And I know that's only three terms, but when you're developing or putting together a composition, we'll say that this is a dominant because it's large. We'll say that this is subdominant because it's medium size. And we'll say that this is subordinate because it's smaller. Again, everybody has their, their look of composition and where they put elements in relationship to each other. But what I always try to do is not have anything called tangents. Tangents are things such as, let's just say, you took these two objects and you put them together like this, right next to each other. Now that's not really going to be a pleasing painting. So maybe this is a more pleasing painting, or maybe this is a more pleasing painting. So what I try to do, again, when I do my shoots, I take my objects and I establish my point of view, meaning my eye level. And then what I'll do is I'll move the objects around, and I'll look through the camera, and then I'll reach in and possibly see if it needs to be rearranged. And again, it's difficult. It takes a lot of time. I spend hours moving them around, looking at them, lighting them, because I keep moving the light around. I have one light source that I use, and sometimes I use a bounce light. But out of, well, I don't know, anywhere from 75 to 150 photos, I choose one photo and I go through the process of elimination. I don't composite any of my stuff. I don't think, you see, you can't take an object and put it into another picture convincingly. I know there's Photoshop, but if you do that, you're changing the integrity of the light and the integrity of the shadow. And that's often difficult to achieve when you're composing, or when you're compositing, I should say, because the light changes. Light bounces all over the place. Light is ambient. Light takes its own course, and so does shadow. I like to get a lot of shadow in my paintings. So when you're taking objects, bring them forward, bring them backwards, put them on their edge, put them at an angle, see how they look. Look at the reflections of the bottle in the coffee pot. The bottle reflects into the silver. That reflection is very important because it shows that it's in proximity of another object. So anyway, I just wanted to touch on that briefly tonight, and I'll get more into composition at a later date, but I just wanted to take this opportunity to show you some objects and how they relate to one another. You know, I don't have time to really get into putting them in the proper position. It's difficult on camera, but I hope you all understand what I'm saying here. If there's any questions, please direct them to my email or talk to me on Facebook. In the meantime, good luck and happy painting. Good night now.